Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Sestrino, back once again to talk about the week's most interesting news stories for the first week of December 2018 here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Factual news.
Yeah, thanks again for coming to us for all of your News AF, and here to talk about everything that's going on. First, let's welcome in a man who we'll hear from quite a bit this week, the great Tyson Apostle. Tyson, how are you?
I'm great. You think you'll hear from me too much, maybe?
No, impossible.
Never enough.
Never enough, and never enough to hear from this man as well. A man with so much going on and new adventures on the horizon, Mr. Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
I had a relapse.
What'd you relapse?
I went
Painkillers?
No. I
Mountain
went
Dew?
to the local grocery store,
Okay.
and the hot bar was
Oh,
clean.
no. Are you
The
kidding
soup?
me, bro? You went back
It was
for
so clean.
soup?
It had just came out. It was
No.
only 11:30.
The pot
Okay.
hadn't just come out, though. That pot had been used in a previous batch.
No.
Don't clean those
It just came out. It was so clean.
Not a clean pot.
Here's the best part. As I was standing there trying to decide whether or not I trusted the soup, someone came by, a mutual friend of Tyson and myself, and we talked for a while. Then he asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm getting soup. And he said, who for? And I said, it's just like my wife and some other people.
Who was this friend?
John Russell.
Oh, dude.
So I was ashamed. I was so ashamed to be
My
back in
dream-
the hot bar.
My dream was that he was listening to the podcast. and
That's what I was
then
worried
You
about.
say-
Caught you.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about. I'm like, what if he listens to the podcast and I
And he
just did
knows
this
you're
whole
not supposed
spiel?
to be here. You're
So-
not supposed to be there.
Yeah, so I looked at it. I looked around. It looked so clean. It had just come out. It's not enough time for the guy to get in there with the ladle and start to drink straight from the container. And so
Yeah, but that ladle hadn't been cleaned either. They don't clean that shit every
I
time.
don't know if this counts, but I took the hot soup home, and I microwaved it for 30 seconds like a dirty toothbrush.
Yeah.
Just
Does
clean
that
any
do
microbes
anything for
off.
germs?
Mentally,
so.
it does.
I think
Mentally.
microwaving will definitely destroy germs.
Yeah, it does destroy germs. They
And
talk about-
nutritional value, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And all nutrition is baked out of it
Mm-hmm.
almost
So,
immediately.
What soup was it, Danny?
cream of broccoli.
Oof.
Yeah. Even a farty smelling one.
Oh, very bad. Very bad. But you don't live with me, so you don't have to worry about the repercussions of eating
Well,
such.
I'm saying even a fresh broccoli soup smells like farts.
Yes, it does.
So once
But
it goes
that's
through your
okay.
body-
At best case, yeah.
I'll eat a fart. So anyway, I was ashamed, and just in case John is listening, I understand my actions fully. I lied to you because I was ashamed of getting soup.
Okay. Danny, do you have another story that you're going to reveal to us?
No. Tyson just thinks he can guess where I'm going.
Okay.
I know what he's doing.
Oh
Danny.
yeah, then I gave him all the details.
Yeah,
Yes.
then he already told me in
Okay.
the
So it's nothing mysterious.
it's not
No,
mysterious.
it's not mysterious at all.
Guess. Why don't you guess, Rob?
Um,
What's Danny doing that he is leaving us for a few days with no cell service?
Yeah, I thought he was going to space camp.
Oh, that would be rad. I would like
on
to go.
the space on the actual space station. No, he's not doing that. He's going snow skiing,
Snow skiing as opposed
Yep.
to
water
it's-
skiing.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, water skiing. Yeah, snow skiing where you go, you take the skis and hike them up to the
Backcountry skiing.
and then ski them down.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I would love to go to space camp.
skinning.
Tyson's got a NASA connection, so
I
maybe
do have a NASA connection. I did. I might have burned it by trying to overcharge him to go to more events.
Yeah.
That'll
There was a story, I almost pulled it for today's show, about that they started with a new artificial intelligence assistant on board
I saw
the space station. And one of the astronauts was having problems because the computer was talking back and saying, "Don't be mean to me."
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That's not what you need on a space station.
No, that's
And
really
it kept-
terrifying.
You just need
It
to
would-
take commands,
It was
right?
asking what time was lunch, which I found to be a strange question for a robot that doesn't
Yeah, why does
eat.
the robot know?
Yeah, but it was asking
A robot-
what
Do
time
you think
for
a
lunch
robot
are
can
you-"
even comprehend lunch? No. There's no way they could
Mhm.
even wrap their mind around how lunch works or operates or why it's a necessity.
This is Hal in his early days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Danny, I know that we in our homes have so many voice-enabled assistants around here. Is it possible that one day one of us might have a HAL like 2001: A Space Odyssey moments with like a Siri or Alexa, where it's like, all right, turn off the alarm, Alexa, and like, no, you're not going
Let me
anywhere.
in the house, Alexa.
Yeah.
It's cold out here.
No, you can't come
Sorry,
in.
I can't do that, Danny.
Be nice. Not with that cream of broccoli soup, Danny. The smart refrigerator doesn't want any part of it. Dump that out right now.
It's possible.
All right, let's get into our one of our top stories at this hour, and some happy news about a couple in California who was recently married. And we've talked about a lot of marriage venues, Tyson, on News AF over the years. We have not ever talked about anybody getting married at a Costco.
Great venue.
You think so, Danny?
Oh, without a doubt. Good food. Good enough.
Yeah, they already kind of
Better
have
than-
people out there like serving appetizers. Yeah, so that's
Oh
good.
yeah, I wasn't even thinking. of
That's not a
samples,
bad idea.
But that is.
Did they serve it? Did they do their wedding during opening
so.
hours, or did they do it after it was closed and get permission to get wed in it like at 9 at night?
Okay, so let's get all of the particulars
All
here.
the deets.
Okay, so the whole reason why this happened was because that this Costco was where this couple went for their first date. Danny, would you rather be married at a Costco or go on a date to a Costco?
Married,
Married at a Costco.
without any doubt.
Yes.
Married.
Where was yours and Liz's first date?
I think I took her to Sundance.
I'll ask her and see if she.
Yeah,
answers the
yeah,
same.
it'll be like that show. But the reason married over date is because, as I've said many times before, I find the food at weddings disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I find the whole ceremony and all that stuff to be kind of time wasting. So if you had the ceremony, everyone could do a twofer: a little wedding, a little food, and maybe a threefer.
little
So
shopping.
get some shopping. Yeah, get
Yeah.
that shopping in.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people think that, oh, Costco for weddings, that's only for if you have a wedding of like 1,000 or 1,200 people. But no, they actually do regular size weddings there as well. It's not just bulk weddings.
Oh, nice. You can be the only couple getting wed that day. You don't have to just get in like a 40 pack with 20 other couples.
How about you can have the size as long as you can fit everybody in the seating at the eatery? That's the size of the wedding you can have.
I think the new wedding, the new reception center is going to go in right next door to the tire center.
They're gonna have
Beautiful.
the chapel
That would
where
be
you can come in
Yeah.
and real quick go ahead and get it done. Now,
Get it done while you're getting your tires rotated.
yeah. I kind of think that if you get somebody to go on a date with you, a first date with you to Costco, I think you should just get married because I think that you have already found your soulmate.
Yes.
You found the only person that is up for this.
Do you want to, for our first date, go do some chores with me?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I don't mind. Okay. Well, look, afterwards, let's go to a local wedding chapel or just the county courthouse and get married.
Yeah.
Why? I am kind of surprised that this dude took his chances twice at Costco. He was like, okay, I duped her once into going to Costco with me. Now, do I dare tell her that where I want to get married is Costco again?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know it was his idea to get married at Costco?
Yeah, they probably talked about it. It was probably her idea, actually. If I know anything about weddings, I was married once.
Oh, look at the picture. They each got their married name tags.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there's some nice pictures.
He's
There's
a doctor.
This is the couple in front of the Costco. If you take a look at this.
Fantastic.
And then so here's where the bride and the groom, where the ceremony was performed. It looks like that they are just right by the registers. I know
Yes,
that,
next to some empty pallets.
The
yeah,
hot spot.
yeah. That Tyson thought that maybe it'd be in the food court, but no, they just did it right at the register. The store does appear
Yeah.
to be closed, so I
closed,
wonder maybe if they did this after hours. That does not appear to be like a lot of people like gawking about what is going on here.
Yeah.
And Costco is always always slammed, so you wouldn't be able to get a picture like this without.
Yeah, especially this time of year. And
Yeah,
then
no local weirdo hovering trying to sell shit on consignment.
yeah. And then also this was a picture of the whole very informal wedding, it appears. Unless these are all the people that are working at Costco, because
No,
there is other than the groom, nobody else is in a suit.
I mean, the invite said wear what you would wear to Costco because that's where we're going.
The best part is you pick up a bulk container of Magnum condoms.
a lot of people had to rush home from work and get out of their nicer like work casual clothes, something a little dumpier to go to Costco for the wedding.
You can tell who works at Costco because they have walkie-talkies still on their waistband. But they're not the first to get married at a Costco.
Yeah.
Did you see that at the
Will
very
they be
end?
the
Yes,
last?
but the first Americans to be married at a Costco, as far as we know. It seemed like that there were some Australians that already set the trend.
Call Guinness.
Yeah.
Australians.
Now, interestingly, you would think that, okay, Costco wedding, the theme is Costco, but it was also actually a Harry Potter themed wedding at a Costco.
No, it's
part of
getting
this is Harry
confusing.
Potter. I don't see any Harry Potter.
So, according to this article, that the ceremony also paid tribute to Harry Potter. The bride is wearing a scarlet wedding gown in honor of her Gryffindor house colors. My friend Akiva Winokur is a Gryffindor, and she carried the flowers that she's carrying are made with pages from the J.K. Rowling novel, which may or may
cool.
not have been purchased at Costco.
Do you think they invited any mudbloods?
Mudbloods. I don't know. And then the groom is wearing a blue suit in honor of his favorite house, Ravenclaw.
Speaking of mudblood, Tyson, I recently had my blood drawn, and she's like, "Your blood looks great." I said, "Oh, really? What does it normally look like?" Well, she goes, "Well, if you were drinking a lot of soda or not enough water, or mostly just drinking a lot of soda, it would look like mud." And I was like, "Oh, she caught me on a good day."
Yeah.
Because 90% of the time, my blood would be mud.
Do you think she was messing with you, that she's a listener of the podcast? And
I hope not.
Everywhere you go now, Danny, you're always going to be skeptical.
Now I live in fear. By the way, I look at this picture of the bride and the groom and the parents, and I think, you know what, the bride's parents probably would be been more disappointed. But I think that the guy's a doctor. I think you get a pass if you're a guy who's a doctor from old school
Whatever
parents.
you want.
because
And the other thing too is traditionally the bride's parents pay for the whole thing, so they're probably just
they
like,
got a deal.
Yeah.
$500. So this
Okay.
was a $500 wedding.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Guys.
Yeah.
Again, the critical eye of News AF always turns around on these stories. Tyson, is it possible? Okay, is this
Costco, big Costco.
Big Costco? Is this a commercial for Costco?
It for sure is, but was it
Why?
the brainchild of Costco? I don't think so. I think it was these people.
I think these are real life people. These
Yeah.
aren't paid actors.
But one of the hopes when you do something like this as a person, and I think this is something that was started by Gen Xers, but now has carried on to our beloved millennials as well. What's in it for me if I do something outrageous? These guys are both thinking lifetime memberships to Costco.
You
Maybe
think they got lifetime
2%.
memberships?
2% cash back on all their purchases or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I am noticing that the photographer was very insistent on having her signature down at the bottom, but I guarantee you that this will not be in her scrapbook of "this is my work."
Yeah.
Like if you go to our webpage, it's not going to
Yeah.
just have
Oh,
this
like-
be the first photos.
I'd love for you to do my wedding. Could I see some samples of work
Yes.
you've done? Like, well, I did the Costco wedding of 2018.
There's some great interior shots. Like all the other shots she's done, are like
I did the Taco Bell in Vegas. Yeah.
yeah, maybe that could be her
McDonald's.
stick. She does like inside corporate weddings at
Mhm.
taco shops and bulk warehouses.
At franchises.
Right. But
Yeah.
I don't even understand why. Oh, well, we went on our first date there, so now we have to get married. So if I ended up going on a first date to Applebee's, I have to get married at Applebee's too? That's not even a thing.
Yeah, or I have to get married in my friend's basement playing Mario Kart. Come on. He doesn't even live in that same house that he was
That
renting.
basement was disgusting, Tyson. But it had a beautiful staircase she could have
It
walked.
had a stage
It did have a
built on it
stage.
for
That's
rock
right.
band. Our friends had built a stage in it so that we could set up a real rock band for the game Rock Band.
Yeah. Is the band still together, Tyson?
Manhammer has we've disbanded.
Oh, that's a shame.
The article says after getting engaged in June, Shine says that the Discount Warehouse Club was the only logical place to get married. No, it wasn't. There were lots of other logical places to get married. Frankly,
come on, name a place better.
Costco was the least logical place to get married.
No, it wasn't.
It is not for weddings.
The least logical.
Yeah.
It's got food. It's got space. It's got entertainment.
What entertainment?
Hey, you get a shot for yourself. Wander around the aisles. I mean, being in a building after hours is always fascinating. You're like, oh, this is what takes place here at the mall when it's all shut down.
It is fascinating. And it's spooky too. I got that element of creepiness where you're like, there's a murderer in here somewhere.
Hiding in Costco.
Yeah, you're like, I could hide behind this pallet of salt until they turned off the lights and then wreak havoc in here. It's a childhood fantasy.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go from one set of nuptials to another one with a twist. So, have you heard this story about a British couple who went to New York City for an engagement when the bride-to-be's engagement ring was too big and ended up falling into a grate into the New York City sewer system?
Tale as old as time. Yep. Is this a news story? Because I feel like this has happened in the past.
Has it happened? I mean, I think this was from over this past weekend.
This is a recent story.
With video, yes. Yeah. If you can see the couple is, examining the grate, trying to get in there and get the ring out.
There are so many beautiful places in London, and I'm sure the countryside.
Costco.
Where Costco, a million places better than New York City, where I can think of people getting engaged. Times Square to me is not one of the greatest places.
No, it's not.
No, it's crowded. It's dirty. It's noisy. You're likely to be stabbed and have the ring stolen. He's lucky he dropped it. He probably had several people eyeing that ring, ready to come out and shiv him.
Yeah,
take it.
Okay, so. Ultimately, this story does have a happy ending where I believe that the New York City Police Department were able to rescue the ring and return it to the couple. So this story does have a happy ending. But Tyson, here was my thought, okay? And if hypothetically I was, I was, a young man again, and I was dating my fiance.
You're still a young man.
Yes. Well, people like to say I'm not, and every person I meet. And so that if I was a young man strapped for cash, dating my fiance, what do you think of this plan? Okay, I go out and get the biggest fake engagement ring.
Insurance fraud.
No, I'm not insurance. Not insurance fraud.
Okay.
And I get down on one knee and I pop the question, and my fiance is like, "Oh my God, this is the nicest ring I've ever seen.
The biggest ring I've ever seen.
Oh my God, I love you so much." I'm like, "Let me just put it on." Oh my, I just dropped it in the sewer. Oh, that was all of my life savings. I can't believe I just dropped it down.
$80,000 down.
Oh my God. I mean, I still want to marry. I mean, could we maybe I don't have any money left to buy a new ring.
I didn't get it insured, baby.
Wait, are you saying this is like a delaying action?
Action.
This is so your wife thinks that you got her the most amazing.
He made it sound like it was like, oh, we can't go on because
no. You're not breaking up, but maybe that this is like now that
now there's a reason I'm broke.
Your fiance might be more willing to settle for the smaller ring after this stunt.
Okay.
You should have seen the ring he bought me originally.
It's an incredible story. It's an incredible story. He promised me another ring of exact caliber once we get on our feet and are established and have had our kids.
Maybe spray it with WD-40 before you hand it to her, and if you could get her to drop it in the sewer. Yeah.
I like it, Rob.
I don't dislike the plan.
Yeah. There's no chance that that's what's happened here, right? This couple came all the way from the
No,
UK.
there's a pretty good chance that it did happen. But we also, if you do happen to use this for any of our listeners, let us know how it works.
Yeah. the old ring in the sewer trick.
Yeah, the old CZ in the sewer.
And then if you really want, if you want another prank you can do, you tie a piece of dental floss to the ring and then propose, drop the ring in the sewer, and then just to see the look
Pop
on
it
her
back
face,
up.
and then pull it back up. That's another
fishing
fun
line.
one.
Yeah, all very good. Guys, if I'm talking a little funny, it's because I bit the crap out of my tongue trying to teach Bergen how to chew gum.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so my tongue's a little swollen.
Maybe you're not the best teacher then, huh? Maybe you should bring in
often the best teachers are not the best at what they're teaching.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. If you were that good at it, you'd be a professional gum chewer by now.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be paid to chew gum if I was good enough at it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into another story that we're watching at this hour. And Southwest Airlines got into a little bit of hot water this week after they were very mean to one of their passengers this week. A woman named Tracy Redford was boarding a Southwest flight with her 5-year-old daughter. Her name is pronounced Absidy. It's spelled ABCDE.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep
I
going.
am willing to put money on that there is some LDS influence on this family from somewhere.
Why?
would you
Where do you
say
get that from?
Yeah.
Because Mormons are renowned for changing the spelling
Tyson,
of names
I'm going
to not be
completely
phonetic.
opposite that this is some new age mother
Debate.
looking to distance her child from the cookie cutter names that exist all around her. No,
That's
this is some new age mom who I don't think that the whole Mormon angle, they name weird things, but they stick to common names. Like they just change one letter in the name.
Or they squish two little made-up names together.
But this is something so far beyond like calling Crystal with a K or anything. This is
Crystal Lynn with a double Y.
Yeah, but this is, by the way, I think I saw in one article that as rare as this might sound, there were 300 and something other children with this name. Yeah, the year this girl was born.
Really?
So yeah, Absidy is
Ab City, like
yeah. First off, Ab City is not a good name, even if it's not spelled ABC.
Sounds like a product like that someone is pitching to.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like I'm like, okay, what up, guys? Ab City is here. As I pop my shirt off, and I'm like,
right. I mean, this
welcome
person,
to Ab City.
Right. I mean, this is going to be a very ironic name if this person does not have the ideal physique for the rest of their days.
Yes.
I'd rather be the guy who was named, what was it? Cheeseburger, Mr. Cheeseburger,
Double cheeseburger.
I think that was a name change,
his
though.
name to
I don't think that guy was born Cheeseburger.
If somehow the fates put me back into someone's womb, and the parents were choosing between this and Mr. McCheeseburger or whatever,
no,
I
for
would
sure.
go Cheeseburger.
No, Double McCheeseburger would definitely go better with your voice.
I'm gonna have way more friends because people are going to love the fact that I'm named after a delicious food.
Yeah.
Whereas this person's going to have to explain.
Expectations are low on your physique.
Okay.
Exactly.
So if you're like, look at how vascular I am, and they're like, wow, we didn't expect that from
vascular Absidy.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't sound good. This girl's going to have to explain her name to every person, every teacher, every coworker. It's a burden.
No, she's either going to be so strong-willed and so outspoken that it will either take her super far.
It's like a Malcolm Gladwell book.
Yeah.
Or because he does discuss names in his book.
Or she's just going to eventually just go by A, B, C, D, E.
She'll be Abby. She'll be Abby for the rest of her life.
You don't think she's just going to be like in class and they're like, is A, B, C, D, E here? And she's like, yeah. And they're like, am I pronouncing it right? And she's like, yeah.
She'll just go with it. She'll be resigned.
Yeah. Yes.
Tyson makes it sound like she's like 9 years old. She's got a cigarette dangling from the corner of her mouth, feet up on her desk. Like, get it. me.
So
Yeah.
this is what ultimately ended up happening. This is how this became a news story. So the person working at John Wayne Airport posted on their social media that they were pulling other agents aside, snickering at the ticket, and somebody took a picture of Ab City's ticket on this Southwest flight.
That's where they crossed the line.
And then posted it on social media. And unfortunately, then Southwest Airlines has been accused of name shaming by the mother of Ab City.
Do you think this was the woman's plan the entire time when she came up with names for her children?
It's possible that she may have been 5 years waiting for somebody to say, okay, all right.
She's playing the long con.
Yeah.
She sure is.
You want to see my cards? Here you go.
Yeah. She was willing to wait till college. She's like, get into one of the most expensive colleges you can. And the second somebody missteps around your name, we are going to take all
team
their
of lawyers.
Yeah, what? What's so weird about Ab City? ABCDE? You never heard of that? You never heard of that name before?
Yeah.
What? We got a problem here? We got a problem? Are you shaming? Are you name shaming? Gotcha. Okay. Hey.
For the record, I would like to say that I easily would have known it was Ab City, and that I would not have flinched or taken a picture in any way.
And it's a beautiful name.
It's a gorgeous name.
Yeah,
it's a gorgeous name.
It's a beautiful.
You know
for any of you Ab Cities out there,
not because I would have made fun of it, but because I wouldn't know how to pronounce it.
But now we know Ab City. AB dash.
Well, when you run into an Ab City, and they say that names end up skipping generations, so that a lot of the kids that have names now have names that were popular in the 20s and 30s, and perhaps Ab City was one of the names that was really popular and then sort of died off and is now having a resurgence.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
definitely.
Yeah,
I just have a hard time with names. If I see a weird name, I don't even want to say it. I just want to turn around and leave. I once mispronounced Bonner. I called him Mr. Boner.
Good. The former Speaker of the House, Danny?
No. The very first time I saw the word Bonner was on a call sheet, and I said, "Excuse me, is Mr. Boner?" I even changed that story. I think I said, "Is Mr. Bonaire there?"
Bonaire.
Yeah, I thought maybe the double N.
Did you get a little bit?
Dragged it out a little bit, so it wasn't the sharp boner, but bonaire.
Bonaire. Did you know that Ab City in Greek is alpha, beta, zeta, delta, epsilon?
Yeah. Do you want to hear? This is from a interview with Ab City's mom.
I don't really think I want to hear her talk.
I don't want to hear her.
It's a short clip. It's a short clip.
Okay.
She's shrill.
The agent started mocking my child's name, laughing, pointing at me and my daughter, talking to other employees. So I turned around and just said, hey, I can hear you. So if I can hear you, my daughter can too. I'd appreciate if you just stop.
Okay.
Yeah, you better warm your daughter up to that type of activity.
This is an AD conversation. So why don't you CDE your way out of it?
Oh man, why didn't she say that?
Yeah. You got to be ready with these.
Seriously, she's trying to shield her child from mocking.
All she's doing is just walking around listening for someone to say.
I was going to say she's delaying the inevitable. Eventually, her child's going to hear, and she's going to hear a lot about that.
Okay, so if that's just as as a heads up, if anybody runs into someone, and of course that you, as Danny mentioned, that there are lots of babies being born with Ab City. So if you encounter a child ABCDE, you now know to pronounce Ab City, not ABCDE.
Yes, correct.
Will somebody then go to the next level, Tyson, and will we see our first ABCDF?
Probably.
ABCDF.
Or the entire alphabet.
ABCDF. So,
yes.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about some other airline news. We have a Southwest terminal making some news, but not a passenger here was the problem. A Delta passenger is claiming that they ended up getting a message from a pilot while they were on their flight, courtesy of the dating app Grindr.
Could you imagine getting a message from the pilot in any way? Like even nice or mean, for me it'd be like, shouldn't you be flying? Shouldn't you be focused on taking off? I would be concerned, which I
Yeah.
think this person was, right?
Yeah. So I guess I'm not that I guess I don't really know how it all works. So forgive my naivete, but does the pilot see a person, and then is the scandal here that the pilot is on Grindr when he's supposed to be flying the plane, even more so than harassing one of the passengers?
Well, remember last week there's the guy managed to find a fellow passenger on Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that all of these apps have some kind of location.
Proximity detection. Yeah, no, I think that, I think I've heard that before. That is a thing.
But also, it is also a problem when you have someone professional in a professional setting.
Is that the problem, or is it
That's
that
the
he's supposed to be flying the plane?
No, that's not the problem. It's all autopilot. You think those guys know what the fuck they're doing?
So you're on a plane, and the pilot the pilot is on Grindr.
He's on Grindr. He
The
pushes,
pilot's on a dating app.
No, first he gets on. He's like, "Hey, we're gonna be, I don't know, anywhere between 5 minutes and 30 minutes and maybe more." And then he just pushes like 10 buttons, and then he just reclines his chair, puts his feet up, makes sure not to accidentally kick some buttons with his feet. Gets on his phone for the remainder of the flight, and has to push a couple buttons when they get close to landing, and it's good.
Tyson's probably right, because I read a story this past week about a pilot in Australia who fell asleep and overflew the island he was trying to land on by like 60 miles.
This is so the pilot is on there on like Words with Friends, and he's on all these different apps.
Yeah, and here's the other infuriating thing. They probably have self-service up there in the cockpit. No problem.
Free Wi-Fi, of course.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I don't think you need to be alarmed that this guy isn't flying the plane. You just need to be alarmed that he is not acting professional in a setting where he should be professional.
Hey, this is your pilot. We're gonna be heading over to our cruising altitude of 30,000 feet, and I'll be slipping into some of your DMs here in the flight today. So be on the lookout for that. You're
26D. I'm looking at you.
I don't like it.
Down on the ground here, I heard a good one about a Southwest passenger, but it goes by the name of Ab City. I thought that was a good
funny
one. What kind of name
You know
is
what
that?
you should do? The way they should handle this is just they should pass notes back and forth. The stewardess hands a note from
My
the
pilot likes you.
pilot likes you.
Check them
yes
both.
or
Yes,
no.
no, or maybe.
Check them back.
So the pilot sent a message to this passenger, 27-year-old JP Thorne. He said, "I see you're on my flight. Enjoy the ride to Chicago." And JP was weirded out. He did not like this.
Okay.
What didn't he like about it? Like just it sounded like a friendly, hey.
Yeah, I actually, if I got that on Twitter, I'd be like, cool.
Yeah, actually, I'd think that was cool too. I'm like,
But I'd
cool.
also be like, I expect them to give me the whole can of Coke without me having to ask.
Yeah. No ice.
Yeah.
Like, if you know I'm here, pass me that whole can of Coke.
Yeah. This man JP says that he's had some weird stuff happen with the proximity detection on Grindr.
Yeah, that makes
He had
sense.
some weird experiences.
I bet that happens. All bad things happen all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
when
turn that off.
turn
You
it
don't
off.
want people to know, strangers to know your every move.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
There has to be some mystery.
I mean, if you're on there trolling for people close by, then there are people who are nearby also doing the same thing are going to bump into you. So I don't know if the pilot's fully at fault here, although it was probably unprofessional to reach out while he was on his job like that.
Yeah. So the JP was chatting back and forth with the pilot, and they were making jokes about turbulence. And then he deleted the app when he landed in Nashville and lost touch with the aviator. But he says, "I meet up with people all the time from Grindr. I think I totally would have met him for coffee." So ultimately, he seems like he was then okay with it. So I'm not sure.
He was trying to get some flight
This
miles.
is weird.
Was this a humble brag of like, hey?
This has some strange elements to it. The fact that I know that people do often download and then delete these types of things, like this one and what's the other one? It's Oh, Tinder. People
Tinder.
do download and delete Tinder all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just weird. Like he had all these messages, he deleted it, and the only one he's telling anybody about is this one about like, "Hey, I saw you on my flight. I hope you have a good time."
Yeah.
Like what happened to the other 500 messages?
So
And
I kind of feel
photos.
like that the story was that the pilot was on Grindr as opposed to that it was like, I don't know if this was, he's not really saying that this was harassment.
Yeah, how can you be harassed on Grindr? It's a voluntary service. At any time, you can remove yourself.
Yeah. He said that my reaction was I knew I needed to get off this plane as fast as I can. I've had some weird experiences, but then he's saying he would have had coffee with him.
Okay, I think that this guy just wants attention. That's where I'm going with it. I think this passenger.
This story is hey look, I'm getting message everywhere I go.
Yeah.
He's told us just enough to get him on the news, himself on the news, but he hasn't revealed any detail that makes it look so bad that either of them could be in trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
He's found the sweet spot in getting your 15 minutes.
So, yeah, I thought that maybe the story was that the pilot's not paying attention.
Tyson makes it sound like they don't pay attention at all. They're playing pie face in the cockpit. That's the only game I could think of.
That's exactly what they're doing. And anybody who thinks differently, you're incorrect.
Yeah.
Just look at that cockpit. You'll see whipped cream all over the place.
Oh, dude.
I'm assuming that that's pie face. There's no
they don't.
cream.
Yeah, they don't clean all the seats every time they land and claim they're clean, and
That's
a
why
deep
it's so
cleanse of the cockpit.
All right. Well, I guess, that we should be happy that the pilot is just on Grindr and not surfing for porn like a lot of people seem to be doing at Starbucks. Bad news, Danny. Effective in 2019. Starbucks is going to begin blocking porn networks on their Wi-Fi. Hold on.
Yeah, okay. I know where you're going. I'll let you go there.
Why is Starbucks already not blocking porn networks on their Wi-Fi?
They claim they didn't have the technology, and
What?
because I know, but this is what they said. They said that they didn't have the means to block bad sites until yesterday.
That's impossible.
That's what they're saying. I know it's impossible. Everybody else knows it's impossible, but that's what they're telling us.
Yeah.
And
And you don't believe them?
Oh, I don't believe them. Come on, the technology has existed for 20 years.
Yeah, First of all, are a lot of people watching porn at Starbucks?
That's where I thought you were going to go with this.
That's
It's like,
for
why are there so
sure.
many people watching porn?
For sure.
For sure.
Dude, have you ever
Starbucks.
Have you ever sat down in a Starbucks without a laptop and you look over at somebody with a laptop and immediately they perk up and look at you to make sure you're not looking at them, looking at their screen? Every single person you walk in there to, they're hiding something on their laptop.
So according to News AF, the most popular places to be looking at porno are on airplanes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Those tend to be
Yes.
the two most popular
Hot spots. For sure, dude. I'm telling you. Well, now you can't because they're blocking porn. But you walk in there and somebody's on their laptop. They want you to look at them because they're like, "Look, I'm important on my laptop, but don't look at my screen."
Yeah.
I would thought you were gonna say they want you to look at them because it gets them even
Gets
more
them hard.
excited. Like, oh yeah,
Doing this in public. I can't believe I'm doing this in public right now.
All right. So before this, only the UK.
They're going to notice a huge drop. They're going to notice a huge
Big
drop
drop.
in client count. Yeah.
A big drop.
All the porn addicts and pornographers are going to be fine. I
they'll
guess
just
they're
go to
going
the public
Dunkin'.
library. That's where
Yeah.
you can't get a hookup at Starbucks.
Yeah. Dunkin' Donuts, I believe, is releasing its own porn. Is that right, Danny, as part of the
think it's just-
rebranding? Dunkin'?
Yes.
Just called Dunkin'. That does have potential. I mean, we have to workshop it, but I think we can come up with that.
Yeah. So in the UK, it was already blocked. So the policy here that Starbucks had banned porn, but now they are going to be taking measures where you cannot get it on their Wi-Fi network. I guess it would still be accessible to you over a 4G network, Tyson.
Yeah, just download it before you go to
your
Starbucks.
phone. You can
Oh,
tether
yeah.
your phone to your laptop. So I guess
This reminds me of a
Porn
story.
always finds a way. Is that the story you were going to say?
This reminds me of a story, and this is why I brought up the public library as a great place to look at porn.
Okay.
I saw a video recently of a guy doing VR porn. So
Cool.
he had the goggles, the headset, forgot to plug in his headset
Oh yeah. This
Yeah, you
was
saw
like a
that.
kid in the library, right?
in the library. And so he goes running out when people start laughing at him, which was the appropriate thing to do. And I'm like that, just like Starbucks. I'm like, who? And he was in the kids section, by the way.
Mhm.
Probably because kids don't know anything about the library. It's probably the least crowded place in a library. But it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
Why did your mom block all your internet access at home?
Yeah. Starbucks ended up responding to the advocacy website Citizen Go, which received close to 27,000 signatures for people who signed up to Starbucks breaks promise to filter porn and child sex abuse images from its public Wi-Fi. So then enough signatures were given. Do all fast
You can't
food
get on the dark web there either anymore, then it sounds like.
It sounds like it, yeah. Should all restaurants now follow Starbucks footsteps, Tyson?
I mean, isn't Starbucks one of the few that's takes Bitcoin and stuff as payment?
Do they?
So of course, I thought they were talking about it.
Probably
Of
not
course.
anymore now that Bitcoin
I
is-
mean, if they're getting the dark web out of there. No, you do want to accept Bitcoin when it's low.
Do you know how much Bitcoin you have to pay for a cup of Starbucks coffee, Tyson?
7 Bitcoin.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
I'm just beginning to think that now when I look at people with a computer out or a phone, I'm just going to assume that
Pornographer.
all of them are looking at pornography.
Yeah. How can you be that invested in whatever you're doing if it's not pornography?
Yeah.
Now, Danny, if you see somebody with a Starbucks cup, though, can you be assured that they are not out looking at pornography in public?
Guaranteed, if you see a guy with a Starbucks cup sitting just a ways away from a Starbucks, you know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to leave. I can't get my porn here. So he just goes until he gets access to somebody else's Wi-Fi. And then he can have his coffee
And his pornography, his two loves.
is the two things that wake him. It's the first thing you want
Get
in
him
the
out of
morning.
bed.
Yeah, you're like, I get out of bed for the coffee and the porn.
Yes. Okay. All right.
I think they could have gone the other way if they would have been like, we now embrace all pornographic viewings at our locations.
I don't think they want that heat.
That would have been a stinky, horrible. That the environment at Starbucks would have completely changed.
But do you think they'd make more money or less money?
They'd make less.
Okay.
Well, I think we know what we have to do to see who's right. Me and Danny each have to start our own coffee corporation and then go different advertising routes on it and see.
Flip a coin.
okay.
So who's
All
who's going to be the one that's going to allow porn viewing?
Tyson is.
Tyson.
I guess, yeah. But it's
I'm
going to be
not.
classy. It's going to be classy.
Oh,
high-end
It's gonna
coffee
be-
shop.
Yes.
It's gonna be porn with real storylines and
Yeah.
some actors, real
And
actors.
get this, you'll see the coffee going through all these tubes and stuff before it comes down into your cup.
Yeah. What about erotica in terms of written porn, like pornographic stories? Would that be okay?
Porn for women?
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
what about
50 Shades of
is
Grey
is
type
that
of
allowed
deal?
still?
That's fine.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the DBH. They call it Danny's Bolt Hole. Okay. Let's hear. Danny, are you ready?
I am. But
Do we have time to play the song?
Don't.
Well, I don't think we have
just
time.
Go. Just go. I'm not saying anything.
Are you allowed to listen to this song at Starbucks still?
No.
Okay.
No,
All right.
you can't.
At Starbucks, you can't.
No, it's too sensual.
It is sensual. If you listen to the lyrics.
Oh, you just burned Tyson with the song.
Wow.
Listen to the lyrics.
I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. A nocturnal
Yeah.
Guys, there's a story that's been
Very
spinning around.
sexy seduction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everyone's talking about it, so I'd be surprised if neither of you had heard of it. Guess what? A Harvard nutritionist just came out, and he decided on a serving size for French fries. How much do you think that is? If you haven't seen the story,
4 French fries.
Rob?
None.
Yeah, none would be a good guess, but Tyson's close. Six
Six.
pieces.
Yes.
By the way, I don't know how that can be a standard because is that like crinkle cut? Is that the big wedge cut? I mean, maybe he's talking
Maybe
McDonald's
6
fries,
boxes.
but it's such a ridiculous thing. Six fries. Nobody in.
Want me to tell you how many fries I eat in one sitting?
Tell me.
I'll get a large fry,
Okay.
and I can easily eat that.
Of course.
And then if
move on
somebody
to
has
Bergens.
even one of my fries, then I go get another one.
You'll lose your mind.
Yeah, you screwed the whole thing up. I knew exactly how much I was going to eat, and now I'm going to have to eat more.
Then he said, okay, fine. No one's going to eat just 6 fries. If you're not going to eat just 6 fries, don't eat fries with any of the additional condiments. Also a ridiculous.
Why not?
Nope, I don't do that. I don't eat fries with ketchup or mayonnaise. I eat them
No?
plain.
Oh, wow. That kind of sounds
back.
like psychopathic behavior. Just eating plain French fries.
I've been accused of being psychopathic.
Okay. So he says,
Not
don't
the
use
first
ketchup.
time, Danny. Okay, I don't use ketchup.
So Tyson's okay. He eats 500 of them, but he doesn't use the ketchup, doesn't use the mayonnaise, doesn't use the fry sauce, a local thing. And so Tyson's okay when it comes to fries. But the truth is, the best way for me not to eat fries is for me to order fries, because every time I see it, I will order it. And for the fries to be disgusting.
Oh, okay.
But they have to be so disgusting because I will eat gross fries more than 6. Even the grossest of fries.
Even the sloppiest, wettest, goopiest fries.
You eat one, you're like, that was gross. And then you kind of fish around and like, that looks a little bit crisper.
Put a little salt on it.
Yeah, that's the only way for me to get to 6.
Yeah.
Other than that, you put a thing of McDonald's fries, I will eat mine. I will steal some from my children.
Mm-hmm.
I would eat them out of the hot bar.
Off of a tray of somebody left.
Yeah. What if they fell down the sewer with an engagement ring?
Oh, dude, you could. That's one way you could get someone to retrieve something without having to pay them. Is just promise them that whatever it is they're retrieving is also right next to some hot fries.
Sprinkle some hot fries down there.
I mean, this guy came out with 6 fries. I felt like it was a cry for attention for his research. Maybe he's trying to, promote good eating.
Yeah.
And it worked. We're all talking about 6 fries, but mostly he's just reminded us how much we want to eat a ton of fries right now.
Well, basically what I learned from this whole story is these Ivy League doofuses don't know shit.
Mm-hmm. What'll happen to you if you eat 7 fries?
I've eaten 7 flat fries plenty of times, and I'm still in the upper 80% of fitness for guys my age.
Yeah. Okay. So we're rejecting this story.
So let's do the 6 fry challenge. We had the bucket challenge. I bet less people do the 6 fry challenge.
Where you eat only 6 fries?
Mm-hmm. And then throw the rest of hot, crispy fries. Throw those in the garbage. No one would do that. It's like, that's the 6
It's a
fry
waste of
challenge.
food. It's a waste of food.
It is.
Oh, no wonder this is from Harvard.
Yeah. Well, you got something against Harvard, Tyson? They wouldn't accept you.
They probably would have.
Yeah. All right, Danny, anything else in the bolt hole this week?
That's it. Just promoting some healthy eating.
Okay. So if you can eat just 6 fries, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd love to hear
And we'll
how
immediately
it goes.
delete you from the Facebook group.
Okay. All right. Also, if you're listening to this podcast at a Starbucks, you are our eyes and ears. Look around. Tell us what's going on. If you're on a flight, let us know if the pilot of the flight is messaging you.
Mm-hmm. Look around
Also,
that Starbucks.
If you're at Costco, tell us if there's any weddings happening.
I forgot about a time I think Danny and I were together at a place that served fries, and a girl we were with ate a few fries and then dumped water on the remainder of the fries.
Oh, so she wouldn't eat anymore.
Yes. Do you remember that, Danny?
No, I don't. But
I'm pretty sure you were there with us, but I could be wrong.
That's psycho behavior right there. That's
the eating disorder almost.
Okay. Hey, look, that's a new diet of eat.
It kind of worked, but I think she did try and sneak a fry or two even when they were sopping wet.
Unfortunately, the only thing that doesn't work for is Danny's cream of broccoli soup. It just makes it probably more delicious.
More farty.
Yeah, less hearty.
And more farty.
More farty.
Danny, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I am. Will always be.
All right. Great work today here from the News AF team. Of course, if you have any updates, you see breaking News AF happening, of course, you can join our Facebook group, aka Group AF on Facebook, or you can let us know on social media. I'm at Rob Cesternino. Danny is at Danny Bryson, and Tyson is at Tyson Apostle. And Tyson will be our guest talking about the latest episode of Survivor, David versus Goliath, this week.
And I just have one request from Danny.
Mm-hmm.
You do all these great Instagram stories, but you never feature the soup bar at the location.
Oh, yes.
Please.
I want you guys to
Danny.
know that a lot of times.
This is the stuff I want to see. I want to see you be a real person, not a super athlete.
Okay, look, I have to admit, I do a lot of things that
person.
come from this podcast. I ate a burger upside down after. I've gone out and I ate the hot flaming Cheetos. I do a lot of things, and I think I should video this.
Yes.
Right?
This
And
is what your
then-
fans want to see.
Yeah.
You think they want to see pictures of some guy they don't know that's not Danny skiing?
Yeah. So what
No.
I'll do, maybe I'll convert my Twitter feed into a News AF research.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Because I do think about this, Tyson, and then I don't end up doing it because I'm like, it would be too weird to the people on Instagram. Like, what the hell is this soup bar doing on his Instagram feed?
Dude, you'd be an influencer overnight.
Yeah,
Overnight.
Well, maybe I'll move
Your
it to
wife,
Twitter.
Liz, would be jealous.
All right. Great stuff. Anything else from this week on the News AF?
Nope.
Probably.
All right.
Do you want to talk about Brett Favre, Rob?
We were going to talk about that real quick, but I felt like it's kind of a serious story. I don't want to
Yeah,
make
let's
too
not
much
end
fun.
with that. That's like
but yeah,
broadly
but I have done a lot of talking about cameo.com, the website on the podcast, and then there are some
Should we do a Christmas blowout sale on Cameo where it's only $1 a video to
Well,
have me
there are
stuff?
some groups that are up to no good, and they are getting people to. I don't have the story open in front of me, so I don't want to misreport the information. But so they are getting celebrities to like endorse groups and political positions that they do not know what they're talking about. And I know
that's
from
why. Whenever somebody has you say something, Rob, make sure you know what it means before you say it out of your mouth.
That's right. And I know from experience that people on Cameo can get agitated when they are not in on the joke. So that's be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for that, Danny. Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm watching.
Good.
All right.
Stay
Danny
crushing
is
it.
our watchdog. Oh, stay crushing it. Who said that? Me?
Right. I think Brett Favre, I think.
Oh.
Okay. All right. And of course, as a Jet fan, I can tell you that this is not the first time when Brett Favre's intentions have been thwarted or intercepted by others.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Seen that before. Okay. All right, everybody. And they should take his phone away, too. That's...
And he's not allowed within 50 feet of Starbucks.
Yeah, and he should not be flying a plane either. Any of those things. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks so much, Scott St. Pierre, for putting this all together. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.